Mm, yeah. This is a day. This is a day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is a day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is a day, for me, this is a day that the Lord has made. I will enter his gates with thanksgiving in my heart. I will enter his courts with praise. I will say this is a day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. He has made me glad. He has made me glad. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is a day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is a day, this is a day that the Lord has made. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made. Good morning, people. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is a day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. For me, this is a day that the Lord has made. Good morning, Sister Dominica. I was going to call you. I forgot. I'm so sorry. Good morning, Sister Nakia. Thank y'all for joining me this morning, lovely ladies. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's see. It is the day. It is the day. It's a wonderful day. It's Saturday. Another beautiful day. Thank God for that. Good morning, everyone. So let me start this off officially. Good morning, beautiful people. It's your girl Bev. Oh my gosh, it's been what? I haven't seen y'all in like 3 weeks probably. I hope everyone is doing well. Oh. Yay! Hi, Esther. I hope everyone is doing well. It's so good to see everybody coming on in, coming on in, coming on in. It's been a couple weeks. I've missed y'all. Have y'all missed me? I missed y'all. I was like, I can't wait to get back to my show because I got some things to, brush up on, and then I want to talk about something today as well. We'll see how long everything goes. It's been a wonderful, beautiful past couple weeks. It's good to take off every now and then and do some other things. But I did miss y'all greatly. I did. Let me see if I can center myself a little bit. I'm a little mixy today. Duh, we've missed you, girl. What you think? Thank you, Queen. I know. Yes, it's been so busy, sis. I think we get it. Yes, missed you so much. So glad you're live. Yay! Um, and yes, it's been so busy. Yes, absolutely. So I think the week before last weekend, I helped one of my sisters move back to Charlotte. Um, I don't know if I could say I helped her move. I think I was just there for support. I helped her unpack a little bit. And then last weekend, for those of y'all that are on here, y'all know what I'm talking about. We had our convocation. We had our youth convocation in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I did not have to travel far. Thank you, Jesus. And it was a really good convocation. Like, I wanted to sleep in. I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted to sleep in, but I decided to be a vendor at the business fair. I promoted myself as a motivational speaker because I am now a motivational speaker, everyone. Um, like I was telling y'all, I really wanted to be that, so I made it official. And I made up in my mind that I was going to try to go to events and things like that. I made business cards and everything. Like, it was just amazing to be a part of such an event. Even though I wanted to sleep in, it really was like a really good thing to finally be able to put myself and promote myself out there as a motivational speaker. Because I want to do more than just my show. I want to do more than just my show. I've done one event where for the England sisters, and I talked about mental health, depression, anxiety, suicide, and also thank you, sister girl. And also, I did a seminar. It's called Salvation Over Suicide, and it was really good. Like, we had good topics for it. It was self-esteem, postpartum depression, and then I talked about suicide and ideation, basically. And it was this situation that happened. I think it was on the West Coast, and Sister Emerald had brought it up, and she was talking about how someone was trying to kill themselves, and they regretted it instantly when they jumped. And and after they jumped, they ended up living. After they jumped off, I think it was something major. It was a major bridge or something, and they jumped, and it was a boat. I think that came up underneath him, and it caught him, and so he was able to still live. And I'm like, that's a blessing because so many people try to kill themselves, and they actually are successful. But for him to not be successful, it means that God allowed him to continue to live, and hopefully that put more purpose and more things in his life that he really wanted to do after that, which is a good thing. Thank you, Queenie. Great job with the choir. Keep up the good work, boss. Thank you. Pray for me. Pray for me. They made it easy on me. They really did. I love when people match energy, and I didn't have to work really, really hard to get them going. And I thank God for that. It's hard being a director when you got to prime people and pump them to, like, do things that you want them to just go ahead and love to do as much as you love. And I can tell that everybody that sung really was like in it. And I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. We ain't got people up here that's just like up here. Like, everybody was like in it. So it was really, really wonderful. Um let me see what else. So as I was out there at the business fair being a vendor, I realized that I had a few people. I had one sister take my card, and she said she was going to reach out to her employer because she works in the mental health field, and she wanted to see if she can get me to come in and speak to them. I'm like, yo, that is so amazing. And then I had another brother who said that he knew a motivational speaker in Greensboro that he would reach out to and give my information to, basically, if they needed someone else. And then I was also offered, one of the sisters stated that she um, was going to do a retreat, and that she wanted me to possibly be one of the speakers at the seminar that they were going to hold. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. Of course, it's for the church. I don't plan on charging for the church, to be honest, because it's for God. So I'm not looking to, like, charge anybody for anything for the church. But if it's stuff like schools, and if it's a church that wants me to come speak to their kids or speak to the adults or speak to the women, that's a whole different ballgame. So, or just a college or a school, employer, whatever. That to me it says a whole lot more. But I'm very appreciative for all those that seem interested and intrigued on me spreading positivity. And I had 100 cards, and I think I'm down to like 20, I think. And I am grateful for that, that people were interested in knowing. And even if they weren't interested, I still gave them an opportunity to have a card with them as well. So it's really, really been good. Something I wanted to shed light upon today. I don't think I've done anything on this, but I wanted to speak on this because here it is, we're in this life and we have people that we're surrounded by. We have quote unquote friends. We have quote unquote enemies. You don't I'm never quick to call anybody my enemy. Um, and I'm never quick to call anybody my friend either. But I mean, that's just normally how I am. I give people a chance to earn either title. People say you give people a chance to earn enemy. Yeah, because it's not something you can just stamp on somebody. If somebody don't like you, they don't make them your enemy. But if they're going out of their way to like destroy you, come after you, do things that like basically ruin you, then that's a whole different ball game. But if somebody doesn't like you or they don't want to be around you or you get in a disagreement with someone or something like that, they're not necessarily your enemy. But I wanted to also take a moment to just thank God because as I just been living lately, I just been thinking about how short life is. Kind of crazy, but I've been thinking about how short life is. And let me see. Oh, thanks, sis. That's amazing, sis. Definitely a voice worth hearing by God's permission. Looking forward to witness all God has for you and does through you. Thank you so much. Pray for me. Hi, Sister Monica. Um, and I literally was just thinking about how short life is and just thinking about how I don't want to have nothing in my heart towards anyone or anybody, and how you really do have to like search yourself and make sure that you don't have anything against anyone, and I love people may not understand that. They may say, how do you love someone that, you don't know? But how do you hate someone you don't know? So I love people until they make it hard for me to love them. Then I have to struggle with it. But I'm the type of person where I show love and I mean it, off gate. That's just how I am. If you have done nothing to me to make me feel hesitant to be around you, it's going to be easy for me to love you. But when people make it hard, that's when you have to struggle and you have to fight within yourself, within your heart. And I just noticed just how much, I've grown in the past year and some, and just really examining myself and the things that I prayed for and the things that, that I have really truly like been talking to God about for quite some time because, you can have situations come in your life with people and it really doesn't sit well with you and you have a hard time trying to recover from those situations. But you realize that forgiveness is for you, and you loving them is also for you too, because if you hate them or you got something against them or your heart is not at peace when you see them, then that's something between you and God that can really keep you from being a better person. And I just don't want to allow the things that I have been through with people to really influence the way that I treat them. And I noticed how I just been praying lately for even the people that I may not have had the best run-ins with. I've been praying for them and I've been praying for myself that God will smooth everything out. I'm not saying that everybody's going to love me. I'm not saying that it's going to, but I want to be able to have peace within myself. And I even want that person, even if they don't want nothing to do with me, to have peace with the fact that I'm not upset, I'm not angry, I'm not mad, but I'm just me, and I think it's just really like it's really just a beautiful thing to just be able to embrace people, even the ones that you might not have had the best interactions with at a point, and to know within yourself by God's permission, you don't have anything against them. You can see hate, you can see love, you can see jealousy, you can see envy all in the eyes of a person because that's the window to their soul. But I feel like, when you know within yourself that there's nothing there but love, what can they do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like if you were on the same level as them, if you had the same feelings towards them, then in their minds they feel justified to feel like that. But when you have love in your heart instead of what they feel for you, then they don't have any other reason to feel the way that they do. They have no other choice but to get over it because you've chosen to love them regardless of what has transpired. And I feel like it's very important to really like search yourself, no matter how deep the hurt, no matter how long the hurt, search yourself because you want to be at peace with other people, even if they're not at peace with you. Because you're not responsible for them. You're responsible for you and how you treat them. And I just thank God for just being able to examine myself and just being able to embrace so many people, people I didn't know, people I knew a little bit about, people that, I could tell just genuinely love me, and the people that seemed like it was hard for them to embrace me. I just thank God for just being able to see that and to not feel down about it, and to, now don't get me wrong, there was a moment when I was just like, man, like really? But then I'm just like, you know what? Just be at peace within yourself and let God work out the rest because it takes God to step in and really truly iron out the wrinkles between you and a human being, but you have to be willing to put everything aside because you can't be wanting them to put everything aside, but yet you're still holding things in your heart and harboring things in your heart. So I got to make sure that when I go before God, I'm asking God to cleanse my heart. And that's so important, to cleanse your own self. That way, no matter how someone treats you based off of how they feel about you won't be affected negatively, and you can also truly pray for that person. God forbid you hear something negative happens to them, you want to be able to talk to people, you want to, or pray for people, you want to be able to think well of someone. And that's my desire, to think well of people even when they've shown me every reason in the world not to think well of them. So that was just a moment that I had over the convocation. And I think that's one of my favorite moments of the convocation, when I could see myself and examine myself and judge myself on where I was at and where I needed to be. And how I could get there is by me going to God, asking Him to give me the wisdom and the steps it takes to get to that place where I needed to be 100%. But I thank God for the growth. I thank God for the love and the appreciation. Um, it's just amazing to me. I saw so many people that I hadn't seen in a while from Philly because I used to live up there for 2 years. And it just felt really good just to be able to say, hey, y'all. And somebody told me my accent came back. I was like, my accent. I was like, I didn't think I lost it. Good morning, Wanda. I didn't think I lost my accent, but evidently I had been like putting it on reserve when I was up in Philly. Sister Nakia said, yes, love how you said that. Sister Monica said, I'm so proud of you. And yes, you are growing, sis. Keep blossoming. Thank you. Pray for me. Amen, sis. And of course, that's my blood sister, Wanda. Good to see y'all on here. Good morning again, beautiful people. I was just shedding light upon just being able to be at peace with the behavior of others, even though sometimes it can be a little bit hard. But it's just all a matter of growing and wanting to see yourself do better and to not indulge in those same feelings that you used to have when you were struggling to love someone or struggling to be around someone based off of their treatment towards you. You got to get to the point at some place in your life where the actions of other people don't affect your love towards them, if that makes sense. Think about a child that's just rebellious and being like just ridiculously just crazy, and the parents are just struggling to like put up with this child. But God forbid something happens, they're still running to the rescue of that child. They're still like, Lord, please have mercy on my child. They're not just like, oh well. It's like their love has been tried to the max, but they're still hanging in there with that child. And I think about even God's mercy as much as I do, and the things that I do that's wrong in the sight of God, and how He still has mercy on me. You know, it's my duty to do the same for the people that I see every single day, regardless of how they make me feel. It's not always easy, and I'm not going to make it seem like it is, because it has been tough for me. But I believe in just applying that effort to try to rise above the way people treat me when it's negative. I just have to. Like I just have to, because life is just too short. Life is just too short to harbor negativity in your heart and in your mind towards people. And it's not easy to let that stuff go, but you got to get yourself to the place where you see stuff and you don't see it. And what I mean by that is you're looking at something that could really drive you crazy, but you're not focusing on it. That's what I mean by that. You're looking at it, you see it. But instead of you being bent out of shape, you're just like, oh, okay, all right. Um, Good morning, Miss Mary. Um, so Sister Monica said, "Woo, child, I know about that." Well, what I wanted to talk about today was, and I know that was a lot already, but I wanted to talk about and get y'all opinion, get your cooperation and your participation of you are the company you keep. What do you hear or what do you think when you hear that statement? What do you think when you hear you are the company you keep? What do you hear or what do you think? Like, what crosses your mind when you hear the statement, you are the company you keep? Talk to me. I'm going to drink a little bit of water and wait on y'all. Talk to me this morning. What do you think when you hear the statement, you are the company you keep? Somebody, anybody, somebody, anybody. Somebody, anybody. Let me see. We got Esther. Those that are around me the most will influence the way that I am as a person. Okay. If you really want to know who you are, check out who you are running with. Okay. I like that statement. I like that. Those that are around me the most will influence the way that I am as a person. Anybody else? Anybody else? What do y'all think? This is some good stuff already. Good feedback. Esther hit it dead on the head. Wanda said Esther hit it dead on the head. Let me see. Oh my Lord. A mouthful. I think the environment I plant myself has an impact on my growth and potential. So those around me impact me. Okay. Okay. I hear that whomever you surround yourself with, you all share a lot in common. Okay. Anybody else? Let me see how many responses is that. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, there's five responses. I'm going to continue in a little bit. I'm just trying to give y'all a chance. Thank y'all for your cooperation this morning. Yes, Esther and Sister Nikia. I know you guys are just like, oh my gosh. Because I'm gonna ask some questions this morning. So I'm gonna need y'all, I'm gonna need that feedback from y'all today. Just for a little bit. Let's see. What do you think about okay, matter of fact, let me give y'all my opinion. You are the company you keep. Basically, everything you all have said, the people that you hang around, I don't know. I can agree and I disagree in some points because I've hung around people that are nothing like me. I have hung around people that people would not expect me to hang around. Um, and sometimes it's due to helping them and trying to help them because they want to be helped. So I hang around people in that aspect. But me, I don't really have people that I consider to be that tight with me, but the people that I do try to surround myself with, yes, are very positive people and people that I can go to, and have fun with. Um, I necessarily like I pick people that, I don't necessarily pick them, but a lot of people gravitate towards me. So in my experience, sometimes I am around people that I even don't want to deal with. But because they're drawn to me, I try to escape them and I can't because they're like, "Oh, babe, let's do this, let's do that." And I found myself like having to be like, "No." But that was like back in the day. But honestly, I would say at a certain place in my life, yes, I would have to agree with that because now in my life, I really just want to be around people that's growing. And I'm not saying that I didn't want to be around that before, but I think I put myself in predicaments where I would try to help people so much that even if they weren't even trying to grow or acting like they wanted to grow, I would keep them around me so that we can well, I can help them. But I'm to that point in my life now where it doesn't matter, if I can tell that you're not trying to grow and that you're just about a bunch of mess or you're low key about a bunch of crap, I'm not going to be around you long. I will love you and I will talk with you and have conversations with you, but I find that I'm not going to go out of my way to hang with you, if that makes sense. Because I love everybody. So I like to be around different people. I don't like to be in cliques. I don't like to just be with a certain group of people. That drives me insane. My own siblings, like I love my sisters, but I'm not always with them. Like I go out with different people because I love to be around different people. That's how you expand your horizons. That's how you expand your horizons. That's how you really challenge yourself. Because I can be around people that love to live a certain type of way, but then all of a sudden I place myself around someone else, and all of a sudden they show me a different side to life. So I just, try to learn from everything. Either I learn what not to do or I learn what to do. So it's just, I don't know. It just depends. To be honest, I don't like that quote. There are people that I choose to have in my circle so that I can be the inspiration to them. They don't have that much influence on me. Exactly. That's why I say I agree, but I don't. Let me see. I often get criticized by others because I'm around a lot of young sisters. Little do they know that they are so mature in their mindset. Exactly. That's the other thing too. That's the other thing. Little do they know I'm the big sister, the mama to keep us all in check. Stop trying to figure me out based on who you see me around. Exactly. Exactly. Um, that's how it is. I mean, I've always been the type of person when I was growing up to hang around the underdog, the person that nobody wanted to be around, the person that everybody talked junk about, the person that everybody just didn't give a chance to. I would find myself around that person because I'm like, they need to be loved too. Stop doing that. Like, don't treat them like that. They need to be loved too. Hi, Sister Marilyn. Happy Saturday. Um, I I want them to feel loved too. So that's why I say I agree with that statement and I don't agree with that statement. There are people that need to be shown love. There are people that need to know they're important too. And there are some people that people will shun. Like, we're not gonna be around her. Oh yeah, I done heard this about her. I done heard that about. But people do that based off of popularity. People choose based off popularity. If someone is not popular and they have a bad reputation and they see me around that person, they can be like, why she hanging around her? Or they may give that person a chance because I'm hanging around them. Or they may just want to know, like, what in the world do they have in common? Why in the world are you hanging around that person? But you let it be someone that's popular and popular. Like, they gonna be like, oh, I see why they hang out together. Oh, they're this, they're that, they're the other thing. It's like, like what in the world? Like, I'm sorry, the people that were the underdogs when I was growing up, I always made friends with them. The quiet people that nobody really wanted to be cool with, I was talking to them because I'm like, y'all popular, y'all just want to do this, whatever, bye, whatever. Let's see. And then Sister Nakia said, Esther, that's a good point. I'm around a lot of single sisters, but we all learn from each other. But yeah, I've been asking God, send me some sisters I can learn more from as well instead of being the teacher. Exactly. And that's probably why I have been changing up some things in the way that I do things as well, Nakia, because, I do believe in just being, how can I say it? I'm tired of being the teacher sometimes. Even though I love to be a motivational speaker, I'm tired of being like that friend that's always like have to be the strong person sometimes. And I really just want to be around people that will build me as I build them. Because it can be exhausting trying to help other people, especially when you find yourself helping them more than they want to help themselves. That's when it becomes an issue. That's when it becomes a problem. That's actually something I inadvertently learned. Thanks for that. Wait, learn that from you to broaden my horizons and not put limits on myself and who I can build a connection with. Exactly. You never know. It doesn't matter how they may seem um, just different. You can definitely broaden your horizons. I'm actually kind of weird because if I see the same people hanging out with the same people, and I don't mean like we're in this group all the time. I mean like if I met somebody and I'm cool with them and I see that somebody else hangs out with them and that person hangs out with them and they're all in the same group together. And if I see that repetitive, I'm like, oh, I want to hang out with this person only, not everybody. Like, it's kind of weird, but that's just how I am. I'm like, I really just want to hang out with this person and that person out of that group. Nobody else. Everybody, y'all can keep the rest of y'all friends. Let me just hold those two. Let me just, you know what? When you go, sis, let's go to dinner, like me and you. Like I like doing stuff like that because I don't like groups. As crazy as that may sound, I don't like big groups. I used to, but not anymore. Like I want to be in my solitude or I want to be with a few people, but not a whole bunch of people. That doesn't interest me anymore. It seems too much for me. It's overwhelming to me. Destiny says underdog gang. Hi, Destiny. Honey, why folk worrying about what others doing anyway? But that's another topic. You're right about that. But they're always gonna have those people that's gonna be minding everybody else's business but their own. So true. People will literally treat you crappy based off of your personality. I can already tell within 5 minutes whether I can deal with someone long term or short term. Exactly. Exactly. If you're quiet and they treat you based like, she's antisocial, I ain't worried about her. But if you're sociable, they be like, oh gosh, she talk too much. I can't deal with her. So I've been on that end where she talks too much. I can't deal with it. And I'm just like, whatever. I can tell in your eyes I'm too much for you, but that's okay. Bye. Let me see. That is something I learned from you to broaden my capacity to make room for new people in my life. I've been learning so much. Well, I'm glad you're learning something from me. This is not in vain. If one person is learning something, I am doing my job. I'm doing my job. Let me see. You are a positive person. Continue to let God use you in any way He wants. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That is my prayer. It is my prayer. Yes, Destiny, underdog game. Oh, well, I love y'all, so don't do that. The introvert side of Destiny said birds of a feather. It reminds me of birds of a feather flock together. Right. And sometimes people will judge you based off of the company you keep in a negative aspect. And there have been people that don't have the best reputation that I've been around, and people will look at that and say, why was she hanging around her? But you let it be them hanging around somebody. In their minds, they don't see an issue, but because it's that person that you're hanging out with that they have shunned, they make you feel like you're a bad person for hanging out with them or you're just like them. That's not true. We may have some similarities, but we may be able to laugh about things that people that you think would have in common with you don't even want to laugh about. It's like certain people, you just enjoy their company. You're not thinking about their character. You're not thinking about their mistakes. You're not thinking about their choices. Sometimes just being around someone that you can just laugh with is all you want. You don't want to be around someone that's just so doggone serious. Sometimes you have those people in your life that you look, I know I can laugh with them. It don't even matter. We ain't got to talk about nothing deep. And what I mean by nothing deep, I mean like, the things that we have done in our lives. If we could just talk about where we're trying to go or what we're doing and where we're trying to get and just have tons of laughs, I can deal with that versus dealing with somebody that's always trying to be deep and always trying to judge other people based off of who they hang around. I don't like dealing with people like that. You can be in your clique, you can be in your group, you can be with the friends, all you want to be, but let me choose mine. Let me choose the people I want to be around. That's my business, not yours. The introvert side of me gets very overwhelmed by a big group of people. I will leave. I don't hate y'all, but you're sucking too much energy out of me and I cannot. See, that is a conversation in the future. Introvert, extrovert. So I'm gonna bring some of y'all on for that. Who wants to be on for that? Esther, Destiny, y'all want to be on for that? Talk about introvert, extrovert. Now I'm not the only extrovert on here. I know I ain't. Sister Nikia, you want to be on this? I need some support. But I think we should do that. I think we should definitely do that. But believe it or not, in my day now, if it's a big group and I know it's going to be a lot of people there, if I see one person that I know, I'm just like, no, thank you. I'll just go somewhere else. And I know people are like, what? I'm like, yes, it's just a matter of surrounding myself. I don't want to be around at least one person that I don't feel comfortable with. Like it might sound crazy, but I love energy that I can be around. It doesn't matter if it's calm energy, it doesn't matter if it's high energy, it doesn't matter if it's laid back, it doesn't matter if it's sociable. I just want to be around energy where I know, I feel safe being myself. And that's why I'm not really a big fan of big groups. We love being underdogs. No, all necessary. We're totally comfortable with people sleeping on our amazingness. Well, I don't sleep on y'all amazingness, but that's shameful on them. Wanda says, Esther, I avoid large groups because I literally go silent. I love sticking to myself. Hey, Sister Bell. Hey, Brother Caleb. How you doing? Let me see. Me. Wanda, you said you would be interested in doing that. Wait. Is that a me to you would be interested in doing the introvert conversation? Sis, that's an amazing topic. Yeah, Destiny brought that topic up, and she said she wanted to do that. So we're definitely going to do that. Definitely, I will be on that live. I would consider myself an ambivert or whatever the in between one is. Oh, so you'll be the neutral person. Well, what I mean by you being on is I mean by you like being one of the people on the screen and talking as well. Um, Nakia said, in groups, I just want to get my hugs and dip. LOL. Exactly. I don't think people really understand that we are extroverts. We are extroverts. However, like, I just love to hug and crack jokes with people and then be done. Like, it's kind of crazy because we're just like, hey, everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hey, how you doing? You doing all right? But in a minute, I'm like, okay, bye. I'm done. I'm over this. So that's just what it is for me. It's like, this Wanda said yes on behalf of introverts. Exactly. Yes, 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 yes. I got two. I think the most I can have is six. I think maybe 10. But anyway, we'll work it out. I think six. So if I get two introverts, maybe two ambiverts, and then two extroverts, I'm definitely an extrovert. Then we'll be all right with that. But yes, Sister Nakia, I agree, girl. Just hug and keep it moving. Tell it, I love you, sis. Peace be unto you. Like that's just how I am. It's crazy because on my job, I stay to myself, and that didn't used to be me. But I'm satisfied with just. Yeah, I be that person that when it's time to clock out, I don't be wanting to tell people I'm about to go. I just want to just disappear. But because we got to log in and log out and say hey and bye, I got to do it. Because if it was up to me, honey, I'd be walking out that door and be like, Sister Shalom. Greetings from Africa. How are you doing, sis? I'm looking forward. I may have to go up there to South Africa to visit you, or I'm looking forward to the day when you come over here to the States. I gotta do something, girl. Sometimes people can have a negative reputation, which has destroyed them as a person, and other people have written them off. You can connect with them on one thing that no one knows about, and people judge. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The company you keep, you are the company you keep is a dangerous statement at some point because you may be able, let's say you have a business partner and you don't know, you may know them as in business relations, but out their personal life, you don't really know too much of that. However, all of a sudden you start getting negative feedback from people simply because you are doing business with this person, or simply because they see you eating dinner with this person. All of a sudden they want to treat you like, we don't want nothing to do with her, and that's crazy. To me, that's really, really crazy how people would take one thing, they'll take that person and just basically make you feel like you're bad for being around them. But me, it just all depends. Let me see. You can count me in for sure. Yes. All right. That's going to be in the future. I'm going to let y'all know when, okay? That's so me too, sis. Exactly. Hug and run. All right. Peace be. All right. That's enough. Look, laugh, hee hee ha ha, and bye. Ishmael, don't let your good be evil spoken of. Yeah, that's what I think about when I hear the statement. That's another thing. Because if I know everybody in the car, and that's why I say that's a tricky statement because if you're hanging around people that drink, smoke weed, or party, or doing bad things, should I say, and you're in the same car with them, and then all of a sudden they get pulled over by the police, you really think they're going to hear that you ain't lit not one thing up, you ain't stole not one thing? They're not going to hear that. You're going to jail. How did she say it, Destiny? You could go to jail. I think that was Raven Simone, but oh, you're going to jail. That was Healy from The Help. But anyway, it's basically like you're with people that aren't doing good behaviors. It's one thing to be with people that aren't doing good behaviors. Here they have this reputation for being just rude or this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. They just have this really bad way of doing things. And then you're hanging out with them, but nobody really knows what you're doing while you're hanging out with them. They don't know if you're participating in what they're doing, or they don't know if you're trying to help them. Because sometimes that's what it is. You're simply just trying to help that person. And somebody will look at you and say, "What in the world?" Like, you don't always have to be secretive about your dealings with that person, because people like will feel some type of way. Here it is, you trying to help them. Now, you don't want your help to be put out there. Yeah, I'm helping them. That's why I'm hanging out with them. No, but if they see you with them, You shouldn't be like, oh God, they gonna think I'm doing the same thing they doing. No, you shouldn't be ashamed of that. You should be able to walk with your head held high, knowing that you're trying to do a good deed and not necessarily trying to be, you know, embarrassed by the person you're helping. I knew this woman I knew. She says that and this might be a little bit, but she said that she used to hang out with this woman that was a hoe, and she wasn't like that, but people would always ask her, "Why are you hanging out with her? Like, why you hang out with her?" And she was like, "What? Like, it's like what? Like, why? That's not what I do. But me and her have a good time together and we have fun. I'm not condoning what she does, but I'm not, and neither am I participating in it. But I have fun. There are certain things that we do that has nothing to do with that part of her life. So why would I stop hanging around her simply because she's not the best person everybody thinks she should be?" So, and that's the thing. People sometimes they judge you, but at the same time, they're doing stuff that they don't want nobody else to know. But they gonna look at you and judge you based off of who you hanging around. Wait, hold on. I'm okay, sis. I can definitely see you're doing well. You should come, sis, so you can eat original African food. Listen, I'm open to certain stuff. I love some rice. I love some. I don't know what all y'all have over there, but you got to introduce me to a menu so I can see it. Let me see. Yes, sis. I love your personality, though. You're so real. You would be great on the panel, Wanda. Exactly. But people will never know that because they're so busy judging. Let me see. Yeah, down here they have that one hand, all hands, or whatever it's called. Like if one get caught, we all got caught. That's been out for quite some time though. But hey, you're an accessory. It's like being with somebody that just committed murder. You're an accessory. You ain't try to stop it. You drove the car. All those things. Like I didn't know where we were going. Well, you about to be an accessory. You about to go to jail. You about to go to jail. Let me see. So don't let your good be evil spoken of. We all make mistakes. Some people hold on to the past, and the bad is spoken of from hurt people wanting to hurt others. Basically, that's what it is. Hurt people hurt other people. So instead of them giving that person the pass of, they made a mistake, it is what it is, or they put a mistake on certain ones. Now, here it is. You got two people that made the same exact mistake. But because of one person versus the other, they're going to judge that other person, but not the other person because of the popularity of that person or what that person meant to them. So you really got to be careful because it's just crazy to me how people will pick and choose who they put that on. Like you are the company you keep. But you're only saying that because I'm around this person. If I was around you, how would you feel about that? How would you feel about that statement? You are the company you keep. Oh, well, I'm good company. How you know that person ain't good company? Their mistakes is not who they are. They made mistakes. They're not the mistake. And that's what people got to understand. Brother Caleb says, any advice for feeling lonely in a crowd of people? Sometimes I feel different because of the way I carry myself. Hmm. Anybody else feel free to chime in on this one? This is a good question. Any advice? Oh, it's okay, Destiny. Any advice for feeling lonely in a crowd of people? Sometimes I feel different because of the way I carry myself. Well, I tell you what, this is one thing that I have. I think I've known a lot of people that sometimes can feel lonely in a crowd of people. You really have to understand. Sister Esther says, "Know your worth." That's what she says. Know your worth, Caleb. Understand that you're important, just like everybody else, and never ever feel like you have to put yourself around people, simply because you know them, simply because you've been raised around them, simply because you go to church with them. Never ever feel like you have to be around people. If you're feeling lonely in a crowd of people, then you got to ask yourself, who am I surrounding myself by? And why am I doing that? And then you got to really challenge yourself to say, okay, let me see who I gravitate towards. And if you only gravitate towards one person out of that whole group, let that person be your friend. Everybody else, it doesn't even matter what they think or feel. Choose the people that make you that add value to your life basically, and they share that um connection with you. Like, this is my friend. And if you feel like the way you carry yourself is so different than the people that you're around, and you got to be around like-minded people. They say you are the company you keep, but if you don't even want to be around the company you keep, then what's the point of keeping them around? You got to change up the way you do certain things. Let me see. But yeah, it's a tricky thing. Yes, it is, Ish. Let me see. Destiny says you deleted a comment. It's okay. Thank you, Sister Nikia. Wanda said, "What's up, fam? What's up, Josh? Bro, Caleb, I think that's natural. You are who you are. I'd say also, don't put yourself in a box. Not saying this is you, but sometimes we put ourselves in a place of loneliness because we feel we can't. I can't read the rest of that if you put something else, sis. Let me see. Let me see. Embrace who you are. I am by myself all the time. It does get lonely from time to time, but love and embrace it. If it's meant for people to cross your paths, you with you, let it happen organically. That's the key, organically. And Destiny says lonely in what way? Like no one is talking to you or around people and feeling like you don't belong. Because sometimes you can be around people and they just be like having their own little groups and friends and you just sitting there like, all right, nobody's having a conversation with me. Or you're around people and feeling like you don't belong, like, oh gosh, yeah, this ain't my cup of tea. And if it ain't your cup of tea, you gotta find out what your cup of tea is. Let me see. Sister Dominica says, because we feel like we can't connect when we get down to the matter of things, we find we have more in common and are able to connect with those we thought at first we might not be able to. Let me see. Let me read that again. Brother Caleb, I think that's natural. You are, let me see. Not saying this is you, but sometimes we put ourselves in a place of loneliness because we feel we can't connect when we get down to the matter of things. We might find we have more in common and are able to connect with those we thought at first we might not be able to. Around people and don't belong is what he said. That's around people and don't belong, outcasts. So you got to ask yourself, what type of people are you looking to be around? And you got to wait on God to send you those people. It's as simple as that. I've prayed many days for God to put the right people in my life that I may be able to um, have good people in my life. You know, like just basically being able to say, yeah, I don't really fit in with these people. Give yourself time. Give yourself time to um, mature in such a way that you're not even looking for the right people. They're going to gravitate towards you. That's automatic, and it's going to happen in the time you least expect. Don't subject yourself to people you really don't feel like you belong with. You don't have to hang out with them. You don't have to. You don't have to fit in. You don't have to try so hard. You just be calm, be cool, be yourself. And when you're yourself 100%, those people that are meant to be around you will find you. They will find you sooner or later. But don't look for people to accept you. Don't look for people to embrace you. Don't look for people to make you feel comfortable. You feel like you don't belong, say that to yourself, man, I don't belong with these people. Let me just rock by myself until God send me somebody better. And not better in the sense of better than these people, but better in my life that will add and we can give and take to each other. I hope this is helping. Yeah, Caleb, need more information. Des asked some good questions. Yes, you did. Those people aren't your tribe. Exactly. Embrace the loneliness. When you are comfortable with solitude, like Bev said, God will send your people. Absolutely. You're welcome. You're welcome. He says, thank you, everyone. I'm happy to help. Happy to help. But these things are good. These topics are good because, I mean, think about it. Like, you want your tribe to strengthen you, you want your tribe to be strengthened by you, even if that tribe is one person. Me, I'm a social butterfly, so I love being around people. But at the same time, there are only so few people that I will spend personal time with. I don't spend a lot of personal time with people. And that's another thing. You may be like, you may not even feel like you belong to the group you're in, but or the people you're surrounded by, but you can still speak, still keep the conversation however you want to keep it, be in control of the things that you say and do. Um, and then at the end of the day, only take time out for the people that's really truly meant to be in your inner circle. That is more serious. But you can speak to anybody, have fun with anybody, to be honest. But it's just the people that you allow in places that other people haven't been. And that's like your personal life, your personal business, your desires, your hates, your fears, vulnerability, things like that. You don't want to just share that with anybody. So if you feel like you don't belong, they don't need your business either. And in due time, the right people will definitely come along. Absolutely come along. Let's see. What else do I got for y'all today? I'm really like happy to do this again today. I'm loving all the feedback. I really, really am loving the feedback. Let's see. Any questions for me today? Any other questions? Everybody's so quiet, huh? But I wanted to shed light on that subject because it's a thing, and it's so sad how you can see people treat others based off of their mistakes. I think that's the thing. People treat you based off of your mistakes. And it's only because somebody else has told them something. And it's not even because they even experienced it. It's because somebody else has said the words, yes, such and such did this, or he did this, or she did that. And then all of a sudden, people are treating you based off of what a group of quote unquote popular people have said. That's so childish to me. That is so elementary school. That is so high school. Excuse me. That's so high school. Nakia said, yeah, that inner circle part, that takes time. I still just chill with my blood brother. I think it's a trust issue, but I'm just happy with where I'm at today with friends. That's good. That's good. You know me, my few people that I confide in, they know who they are. And a lot of people look at me and, "Oh, she's a butterfly, she's social." Yeah, I'm social, but I still have my limits on things that I do and say to people because I just don't want everybody and their grandma. Destin said, I want your thoughts on this. Give me 1 sec to type it all. I want your thoughts on this. And people say, what, no new friends? Sometimes the reason why you're going through so much mess is because you got the same friends you had from years ago. Get rid of them. They're not helping you. They say no new friends. When you realize that new people in your life can really open you up to more adventure, more things, then you'll stop saying that quote, no new friends. That's crazy. Right. We are not in high school anymore. Grow up. I know, right? But some people are still stuck there. And that's why my friends have always been older than me. Like my friends, my true friends have always been either like around my same age or older. Like I really don't really, and this was like high school and stuff like that. Even when I was like in my early 20s, I had friends that were like in their 30s, and people on my job that I clicked the most with were like older than me, like old enough to be my mom sometimes, and I really enjoyed being around those people because I have siblings in every generation from the 70s to the 80s. Then it's me. My mom is born in the 60s. My dad was born in the 50s. So I have all these generations in my home that are older than me, and it's like I find people that just choose their friends based off of popularity, choose their friends based off of what they do right versus what they done wrong. It's like, where's the forgiveness in that? Some people believe what someone does to someone else, they will do to you. Example, they lied on me. Don't talk to them. They'll do the same to you. I'm warning you, with you being the underdog, loving person. Exactly. It looks like you're still typing Destiny, maybe. Um, exactly. So it's like people don't even give second chances anymore. And that's not mature. Because where I grew up, like I'm not gonna say that I don't give second chances, that I've always given second chances, but it takes me some time sometimes to unwind from the mess. And when I see that you have not changed, and I'm just like, yeah, forget it. Like maybe another year go by and you'll get yourself together. Let me put that up there so y'all can see what Destiny said. Some people some believe what someone does to someone else, they will do to you. Example, they lied on me. Don't talk to them. They'll do the same to you. I'm warning you, with you being the underdog loving person. And that's the thing. It's like it's just basically trying to teach someone to hate the other person, like because of something that you experience. And I thank God that I'm not like that. Like I may have experienced some wrong behaviors with someone, um, but for the most part, I do try to, just say, be careful. Let me see. At what point do you need the story given? How do you assess the situation? What's your process for choosing to give someone a chance when people love talking down about particular people? Wait, hold on. At what point do you heed the story given? How do you assess the situation? What's your process for choosing to give someone a second chance? You're asking me these things, right? Yeah. Okay, let me see. So basically, do you assess the person heeding the warning? Wanda says, pray for me. I give one chance. I'm getting older. I don't do three and fourth chances anymore. And Destin said, do you assess the person and the person heeding the warning? You gotta do both. My thing of the matter is if someone hasn't given me a reason to not trust them, I can't really take what someone else is saying and judge that person based off of that. I can't say, well, somebody told me to not trust you, so I'm not going to tell you my business. But I can proceed with caution and I can test it. I can put a few things out there and see what they do with that information, and see if I can trust them in that aspect. But yes, I still can monitor the person because sometimes somebody could tell you to look out for that person or watch that other person, but they're the ones causing the drama and causing the issues. They just don't want you to know that. They want that person to be looked at in a bad aspect, so they will tell you to look out for them, but it's really them you should look out for. But I've been on the receiving end of someone telling me to be careful about somebody else. Um, but this person has done no wrong to you. Keep that in mind. That's what I said. That's why I was like, you have to examine the person telling you, because sometimes people can really truly be genuine to say, be careful. I've had people tell me to be careful about people, but that didn't stop me from being cool with them. And in the end, they still did burn me the way that the person said they would. I've been there, but I've gotten bad feelings like about something. Um, and Sister Nakia says, at desk, if somebody offend me, I don't talk about that person to another person. I give that person a time to see for themselves. Some people will treat you a certain way and not others, like jealousy. Exactly. So they may do something towards me that they wouldn't do towards another person because they didn't like me or they envy me. So they gonna treat me a certain type of way, but then they get around everybody else and they all lovey dovey and oh my gosh, I love y'all, y'all my friends, y'all my family, blah blah blah. But as soon as I come around, it's like she thinks she all that. Whatever. I'm not going. And I have been on the receiving end of that too, where someone will throw shade or throw certain comments out there towards me because of how they feel about me, but they will treat other people way better than me. And the reason why is because they see me as a threat, but not that other person. I probably try not to trust regardless. If I don't know you, then I'll be careful. If you tell me don't talk to that person, that's when I become extra friendly with them to annoy you on purpose. That's so hilarious. My mom and dad never really taught us to um, take people's word for things. When somebody tell us to leave somebody else alone because of XYZ, you know, unless we have that experience with that person already, we're not really going to be bothered by their statements. But if I have never had, I know Sister Shalom, that's so hilarious. But if I have never had experience with that person and somebody tells me to watch out for them, I have befriended that person. And yes, I have experienced where they have really like came at me. And I have experienced that negativity that people warn me about. Um, but it doesn't mean that that person is a bad person. It just simply means that they just had a situation where they just repeated the same mistake with me that they did with everybody else. Yes, listen, Nakia. Destin says she likes your perspective. I do too, because it's not always going to be the same behavior towards the same person. It's going to be different behaviors towards the other person. Sometimes just that one, that, like I was saying earlier, they'll treat a certain person a certain way simply because of who they are. But everybody else, they will be all, hey, how y'all doing, blah blah blah. but they will shun that person. They will put that person, basically exonerate them from their friends and all this other stuff, tell their friends not to hang out with that person. But they won't do that to other people because other people won't tolerate it either. There are some people that you can be mean to that will tolerate your meanness. They will be heartbroken. They will feel like they got to step up to the plate and try to prove themselves to you. They will feel like they got to be able to, like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, keep repenting to you, whatever. But then there are certain people that you treat a certain type of way and they'll nip it in the bud. I know you're not talking to me. The same way you did such and such, you ain't going to do me like that. Like, there are some people that will defend themselves straight out the gate. And there are other people that they know they can get away with that bad treatment. So they're going to treat that person a certain type of way because they know that person ain't really going to say much about it. Sometimes that's the case. But, you mess with somebody long enough, they'll retaliate. They'll retaliate in due time. And then that person is going to be seen as the bad person when they do retaliate. And I think sometimes that's the problem with a lot of people. They feel like they can get away with certain treatment to certain people based off of their personality, their laid backness, their, willingness to not check them up front. So they're going to treat you a certain type of way while they treat everybody else in the right way because they know they can't get away with that with certain people. Um, but they can get away with that with the ones that are more so quiet sometimes, or they're not gonna say nothing. Then we treat them a certain type of way. But when you speak up for yourself, then they'll really be able to see who they're dealing with. I know, so Shalom, that was so funny. And distance says true. So the thing of the matter is, what I'm here, that would be me. No, ma'am. No, sir. Get them in check right away. Exactly. Exactly. I have trained myself to do that too because it's not fair that people will and expect to get away with it. And when you speak up for yourself, she's stuck up, or she thinks she all that, or well, I don't know why no more she acting like that, blah blah blah. It's like, what? You just try to do to me what I saw you do to somebody else, or you trying to do to me what you think you can get away with, and I'm not gonna let it slide. I'm not gonna let it slide. Me, I have had up and down moments with that. I have moments when I check people right away, and I have other moments when I don't. I've seen shade thrown at me, and it's so funny how I respond to the shade. And they just be looking like deer in headlights. Like, yeah, don't play with me. Like, you may think I smile all the time and that you can get away with what I'm saying, but I'm here to tell you I see you and you mad about it. You jealous or you feel some type of way about me, but I'm gonna let you know I see your shade. I see your shade. Matter of fact, I see your shade and I'm pulling them up right now. I'm looking at you because I see the shades you're trying to pull down. I ain't got time for it. I'm definitely a in your face type person if I see shade. I'm definitely that type of person. But I've noticed within myself as I'm changing is that some things I just rather see and not see. Some things I just be like, all right, that's just them. Like they gonna get theirs one day. It ain't even gotta be from me. It don't even have to be from me. So it's just so much to this topic because people really think that you really don't, see what they doing or that they're judging you based off of the company you keep and have no clue what you're doing with that company. Appreciate this because I've had people treat me a certain way or see me a certain way, and then I see others were not treated that way. So I'd be like, oh, it must have been me, which in some cases it could be, but not always. Exactly. Esther said, leaving the blinds. I'm cracking up. But seriously, like, you have to examine stuff like that. I think Pastor taught us years back. He was like, the way some people treat you or the way some people treat one person, they won't be able to tolerate it when they treat another person. Somebody somebody else won't tolerate that same treatment. So they'll respond in a certain type of way. So you do got to examine the way people treat you. And I have noticed that people will treat me a certain type of way, but then they'll embrace my siblings, be all in their grill, smiling with them, laughing with them in my parents' face. But at the same time, they feel some type of way about me, or vice versa. They will treat me in a well manner, but then they treat some of my siblings that aren't as vocal in a certain type of way. And it bothers me when people do that. Or they're not like you. Excuse me? I'm more social, but they are still amazing. Mind your business. Like, what in the world? What kind of statements and stuff like that? Like, that's very crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what Esther says. Lifting the blinds. I see you. Yeah. Tiffany. Hi, Tiff. Very true. Folks don't even fool with my crew. Listen, I'm just the type of person where it doesn't even matter. Like, People don't like, I don't know. I'm just so used to being independent that even though I have all my siblings and stuff, they know me. They'll be looking for me after service and be like, Lord, that girl talking to somebody. We don't know where she at, but she talking to somebody. That's just me. I roll by myself as an extrovert. Introverts roll alone. Well, I roll alone as an extrovert because I'm just the type of person where it doesn't even matter, to me, I know my siblings are more quiet than I am. They're more reserved, should I say, because I wouldn't say quiet because when they're around people that they're comfortable with, they speak just as much as I do, especially a topic they're passionate about. And that's what people don't really understand. You know, you can't look at one person and judge them based off of everybody else. I'm an extrovert. My siblings are ambiverts and introverts. Not all, but majority of my siblings are introverts, and they can't look at them and think that everybody's going to be like me. And they can't look at me and think I'm going to be like them. Everybody has their own personality. And it's like I love my family, but I'm like, I love y'all, but y'all know I'm going to go talk. So I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all later. Wanda says they embrace y'all and don't embrace me. You know what? And that used to really bother me. But because I know you're at peace with who you are, I'm like, yeah, they missing out. That's how I feel. I feel when people treat you or anybody else differently because y'all are not, as social as I am. I look at them and I be like, y'all missing out because I know my family is good people. I know they good people, and I would not be saying that just because. If y'all was some trash, I'd be like, well, I ain't worried about that. But because y'all are good people, I'm like, they missing out by sitting back judging. They missing out. Sister Dominica says, "Yep, they will hate you without a cause. Exactly, no reason to hate. But sometimes it's just simply the way you carry yourself, because you're not up in everybody else's grill, because you're friendly, or because you're sweet, or because you're quiet, like because you have this or you have that. People would just choose the just dumbest things to feel some type of way." Sister Shalom says it's best to always keep people's name out. I've had people hurt me, and when I'm talking to someone who is advising me, I don't mention names because they can be better tomorrow and be your friend. Exactly. That's another thing. That's another thing. Absolutely. Not mentioning names. That's a good thing. That's a good way to look at things, actually. And also, it keeps people from being influenced by what you say. If you mention names, they have a face to put with what happened. And in their minds, they're like, I ain't going to be around that person. But if they don't know who it is, they can befriend that person and it not even be an issue. Dang, that's tough. I definitely would be like, bruh, get away from my family. I'm going to feel some type of way, for real, for real. I do. I've had those moments. Um, I've had those moments when um, I have really been like, get away from my family internally. You know, you don't like one of us, you don't like all of us. That's how I felt because I'm like, don't do my family like that. We good people. If I see somebody that don't even like my dad or my mom, I'm like, I'm like, them good people. Okay, they're good individuals. They're good people. I'm like, don't do that. Like, not that I've seen a lot of that, but I'm just saying, like, down through the years, it's like, nah, I ain't got time for that. You trash talking one of my siblings, and then you trying to be all up in my grill. Make it make sense. But I guess they just pick and choose. I guess they feel like, and sometimes I feel bad, like when people do that. It's like you trash talking one of my siblings, and yet you coming in my face trying to smile with me and laugh with me and talk with me. You know, a part of me just want to be like, why? Why are you doing this? Are you trying to make a point? Because I really don't give 2 cents. Let me see. I'd rather they don't come to me though. It's cool. Don't greet me because of association. Let me know what you think. Your actions tell it all. Exactly, exactly. Don't come to me because I'm like, there are some people that only talk to me or greet me because I'm my dad's daughter. He's a minister. So they're like, oh, you Minister Harris' daughter? I'm like, don't tell people that. I'm Sister Bev. Greetings. Peace be unto you. Like, I have had to do that to somebody. They're like, oh, yeah, this Minister Hello. Don't tell people that. I'm good. Let people talk to me because I they want to talk to me, not because I'm Minister Harris' daughter. Because I don't want nobody showing favoritism. I can't stand that. Don't show favoritism. Hi, Ashley. She says extrovert, but don't tolerate any and everybody in my face. Exactly. You know how we do. We Harrises. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. The Tiffany said, I feel like we are all different. Got our own people we fool with. But when a respect boundary is crossed, then we have an issue. You mess with one, you mess with all. Exactly. But I feel like it's kind of crazy because it's kind of crazy because even though it's like that with me, like Some of my siblings aren't like that. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I really do commend them for talking to the people that I really don't want to fool with. And there were times when I was mad with my siblings, but not like in a way of like taking my anger out on them or nothing like that. But I was like, they really just gonna sit up here and just talk to this person and hoo hoo ha ha and he while I'm sitting over here hurting because of their treatment towards me. But then I had to check myself and was like, you know what? They're held responsible for how they treat that person. So I can't be that way. And to me, I felt immature for even having those feelings because I should never want anyone to not talk to someone because of their experiences with me. I should always want everybody to be treated well, even if they didn't treat me well. And and so I had to check my mentality and was like, Bev, that's not this was like a few years ago. And I was like, that's not okay for you to think that way. You should be really proud of your sibling for being mature enough to even have a conversation with that person and not have nothing in their heart against them because I know my parents didn't raise me to be that way. There were people that treated my parents terribly wrong. Somebody that I actually wanted to go after. I really did. I actually told my parents I'm going after them. And they were like, don't do it. Don't do it. Let God handle them. And I was just looking at them like, let God handle it. Like I was ready to go off. And my parents was like, "Don't do that. Let God work it out. Let God handle them." And it took some calming down for me to do, but I understood what my parents were saying. Don't be angry with them because of their treatment towards us. Let God handle it. And I'm just like, ooh, y'all just don't understand. But that's the way my parents raised us. So I did feel immature that I wanted my family members to, you know, kind of distance themselves from a person that really hurt me. It wasn't fair to them. They didn't have that experience. It was just my experience. It was something that I needed to heal and move on from. And I have by God's permission. Let me see. Yes, I have had people treat me a certain way because I'm a minister's child or because of Bev. Hey, hold on that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know. I know when it's sad. It's sad that people don't treat y'all well sometimes until they find out that y'all are related to me. I hate that. As your sister, I hate that. And those people that do that, I get upset about it because I can't believe they would even treat y'all badly. And then as soon as they found out we're related, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not nice. And I have seen people treat y'all bad. And I said, that's my sister. And they're like, oh, hi, sister. I'm like, yes, just that silent. I hear the grass being cut back there. Anyway, I'm just like, people just get on my nerves. They really do. Let me see. Sometimes you can have a falling out with one sibling and put those differences aside and really connect with another sibling. It's not always a shady thing. Maybe they connect with you. Exactly. And that's what I had to wrap in my mind. That's what I had to get together in my mind and my heart because I was just like, you know what? I can't look at them and say, why you talking to them? You know what they did to me. And it's like, no, that's not okay because they were cool before they messed up with you. So let them continue to have that relationship. It's okay. It's okay. You have to look at them and have a relationship with your sibling. That's fine. But you'll get over it. And that's what I ended up doing. So I agree. I agree, this. Tiffany, because of that. It's true, Tiff. Like it's because of me sometimes that people treat my family better. And it's sad. Like I said earlier, I've seen people treat my family bad. And then when they found out they was related to me, then it became a different story. Like they treated my mom bad, and I was like, "That's my mom." Like that's Minister Harris' wife. They like, "Oh, okay, no, don't change it up now. Don't change it up now. Keep that same energy." Like what in the world? Like people can be so rude, so rude. Pray for me. I have truly closed myself off from a lot of folks. I know it's not right, but I'm over it. Well, you know what? The right people will come along if that's what you desire. You may not even want to be around a lot of people because you really just don't care. You are the company you keep. Well, what you got to worry about that for if you just your own company? But I mean, that's just what it is sometimes. Sometimes being alone is so much better than dealing with people mess. But at the same time, giving people the loving side of you is always a good feeling. Oh, that's so sweet, Sister Nikia. She says, I'm praying, sis, because yeah, a lot of new saints are coming into this work and friendship can truly be a blessing. Don't be over it, sis. That's good advice. And you know what, Sister Nikia? That's what happened to me a few years ago, or a couple years ago, maybe. I told myself I was just over it, over friendship, over foolishness. But when new saints started pouring into the faith, I was like, mm-mm, I am not going to hold the new saints to the level that the other people have done to me or friends in general have done to me. I'm really truly going to open myself up for new people in my life. That's what I was saying earlier. New people can bring broad, can expand your horizons, broaden your horizons, give you more knowledge, give you that love that you need from a friend. And I can truly say I don't have to be in everybody's DMs and I don't have to be on everybody's phone. I don't have to text everybody. But the interactions I had with a lot of new people has really truly allowed me to just feel blossomed and loved again, to be honest. And it's some of the people that I stopped dealing with um that I've actually learned to forgive and keep moving. So I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm in a better headspace. And if this friendship come back around, then God, let it be you. And I have been praying those prayers that if the people that I have had run-ins with, if those friendships are meant to come back around, God, let it be your will. That way it can blossom and let it be better than it was the first time. Because we're family. At the end of the day, we're family. And it doesn't matter, even if you can forgive your blood relatives, and why can't you forgive those as in the spirit realm? Because they to me can be closer than people that's blood. And I feel like you open yourself up to bigger and better atmospheres when you do that. Wanda laughing. a friend, a true friend is a strong defense. Absolutely. She said, I hear you, Sister Nikia. Really distant. Amen, Sister Nikia. What's that D on there for? Hi, Sister Lodge. She said, I'm glad you did because we love you, sis. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I love it. Like I'm just glad that I really truly have a heart to love people and to go beyond the things that I've experienced because it will mature you if you allow it to. Everybody's not bad people. Everybody is not the same person. There are people that really truly do mean well and they really truly want to love you. So you got to let people love you. You got to let them love you and receive that love and be willing to give it. Because who wants to go through this life not being loved? To be honest, who wants to go through this life and not have at least somebody you can talk to? Yes, we can talk to God. That's great. We can talk to God at any time of the day. But there are some times when just having a confidant that you can talk to goes a long way. So, yeah, absolutely. Sister Tiffany said, right, I go hard for my parents. Keep that same energy. We had a situation happen recently within the fam, but my pop was like, don't worry about it. My mom had no clue about it. However, you mess with my bro or sis, fine. But my mom and daddy pray for me because we ain't all fully delivered. Exactly. Exactly, girl. Exactly. And that's how it be. Like you love your family and you want to protect them at all costs, at all points. And that's how I've been wanting to protect my family. People can do whatever they want to do to me. There are things that I've been through that my parents still don't know about to this day. It's just not important, for me to tell them. And they know I'm one of the ones that don't tell them much. I will go through what they say, hell and high waters, and will not tell my parents until I have overcome it. And then my mom be looking at me like, what? Like a couple weeks back, she said, girl, you done been through so much. And I just tell her, I was like, listen, I don't mind fighting. I don't mind fighting these battles. I got the best with me, and that's God. But I just refuse to allow things to linger for years and years and years and years. I ain't got time for that. I want newness. Even if the Lord makes the things that was old and went south, if he make those things new, that's still new to me. So I just, the company that I keep, whether it's old or whether it's new, I just want it to benefit me and benefit the other person. And so that's why I was just like, let's just talk about this today because we can easily throw folks away so fast. And we don't have to throw people away. We just got to throw away those bad habits. We got to throw away the negativity in the relationship that has caused it to be a bad situation. But people aren't all bad. People aren't all bad. And we can't judge people by their mistakes because we make them too. And that's one thing a lady had said. She was like, she told her brother-in-law who had done her sister wrong. She said, I don't think you're the mistake. You just made mistakes. And I think when you really think about things like that, you can really truly love people a lot better. Everybody's going to make mistakes. So the company you keep is going to make mistakes. But you can't sit up there and just hold on to the things that they've done wrong and not expect for people not to hold on to your wrong. Because when they do it to you, you're gonna feel some type of way. Here it is, you made this mistake, and then everybody judging you off of that, and they like, we don't want to keep company with her because of XYZ. But then you're doing the same thing to other people. You can't be mad when it's done to you. You got to really decipher between, hanging around people that are intentionally devious and intentionally doing things wrong versus people that just don't know what else to do, and that's just in their character and they're trying to do better. That's another thing, you know. But everybody deserves a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. I mean, hey, if not, then why are we looking for people? Why are we looking for God to give us another chance if we can't even give people chances? Hi, Sister Amber. I'm so glad to see y'all this morning. Hi, Monica. This is family right here. So true. Let me see. Tiff says, everyone isn't bad. I can't forgive you. However, I'm not obligated to deal with you anymore. I cannot deal with you and at the same time nor harbor any old feelings. I cannot deal with you and at the same time not harbor. Exactly. And that's something that people don't understand either. Just because I'm not back in your face, don't mean that I hate you. I've had recently a situation a few years back, actually about a few years back, where I encountered a situation that I had to approach, and I could tell that person was trying to figure out to this day whether I still had something against them, and I don't. I'm at peace, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to prove it. I'm not gonna go out of my way and break my neck or back to let you know that I still am cool with you. Like, no, all I do, and honestly, this is what I do. I pray. And I ask God to smooth everything out because I don't have time. All this bubbly, positive energy I ain't got time to waste it on nobody that don't really want to care about anything. Like, no, I'm not about to waste my time going out of my way for people, but I will treat you in a manner that lets you know I don't have anything against you. But if you looking for stuff, then that's on you. And some people will look for things. Let me see if they still hate me. Let me see if they still don't like me. They ain't speak to me. Something wrong. No, it ain't nothing wrong. I'm just not about to go out of my way. Why you ain't speak to me? I'm not about to go out of my way. I've done so much of that. Bev is at peace. I'm at peace. That just made me want to go to sleep. I'm at peace. True sis. And this is it. Amen. Yep, it's like food. I don't hate it, but I won't eat it. Exactly. I don't hate it, but I won't eat it. So y'all just know that you are the company you keep can be a right statement or it can be a wrong statement because people make mistakes all day, every day, and some people think certain things are unforgivable. But if I don't want anything to do with somebody, I'm not going to try to influence anybody else to stay away from them. But I will be mindful of the fact that if I know that this behavior is still there from this person, and let's say me and another individual has had run-ins with one person, and here I am trying to give this other person, to give this person that we had run-ins with another chance, and things just mess up. I'm like gonna be leery of the fact that this person is still doing the same thing that me and another person had to leave them for the first time. Then yeah, I'm gonna be leery. But listen, man, I see XYZ. Yeah, I see that too. Well, we both got to be careful because if you don't want to have the same interaction again, you got to be careful. But just understand. Hi, Mariah. Just understand that people are gonna be who they are until they want to change to be better. But never should you take the advice of anyone who has not had dealings with this person. Their warnings don't mean nothing if they ain't never experienced anything with that person. And even if you've never experienced anything with that person, their warnings don't mean anything because they could just be blowing smoke at you because they mad because you're hanging out with somebody they don't want to deal with. So you have to watch that too. You have to watch that as well. I've dealt with people trying to turn someone against me because they didn't want to deal with me anymore. I'm fine with that. I am, but it shows me how mature you are, and it shows me that you really have an immature mentality because you want people to hate me because of the way you feel about me. And I was happy to know that the person came back and told me and that they still cool with me to this day. So let me know they weren't influenced by the negativity. They still wanted to be around Bev. I was still cautious of that. but at the same time, I was still grateful. So, Sister Amber says, I agree. Sometimes they wish you were still part of their life and can't be comfortable around you because they wish things were like old times. And that's the thing. Um, people have to understand that old times are gone. You need a newness. You need to figure out what went wrong the last time and you need to figure out how to change it for this time. Because if you still hoping that things will be like old times, you do realize that old times happen and that's what led up to the bad situation. So you got to figure out after the bad situation how to renew that and then do something better. So that's why I always pray that God will smooth stuff out and make it better than before if it's His will. Because I never want the old to repeat itself. And God forbid it does. I want to be able to handle it better than I did the last time. You don't always have to cut people off. People are family. Yeah, we have a low tolerance for certain things, but I always think about God's mercy. That's what I think about and how I would want God to show mercy on me. And if I can't even show mercy on other people, then it's kind of like, why would I ask God to show mercy on me? That's just the way I think. I just always think about the way God feel about stuff because his way is way better than my way. And my way will have me not talking to nobody but my family and a few select folks. But I just can't that's just not the way I want to live my life. And that's no shade to nobody else because we all have our own mindset and our tolerance. But I don't put people close to me. I still want to be able to speak, hug, tell people I love them, and get on my knees at night and pray for them that God will give them everything that they need in their lives to be successful spiritually and naturally. God forbid I hear about them in an accident or they're getting sick or whatever the case may be. I still want to be able to pray for them and be free about it. So I don't want to judge people by the things that they have done towards me. I really am to that point, y'all, where I just really love praying for people. I really don't want anything in my heart against anybody. It doesn't matter what we've had that has transpired, man. I just want to love everybody. I really do, even if they don't love me. Because I know everybody ain't gonna love me. They don't love God. So why would I expect everybody to love me? Let me see. Yes, got to be more careful, Sister Jones' voice. I can hear her saying that. I couldn't do something like that. My problem with somebody is between me and them. I can't turn other people against I have a problem with because of how I feel. Exactly. Because your feelings could be temporary. Then all of a sudden you mend the broken pieces with that person and then here it is, you got somebody else hating them because they weren't that mature either. Destiny said, gotta be comfortable with greetings and peace be, LOL. Ain't no more hanging out. Destiny. Oh my gosh. Help her, Lord. I'm so done. Mariah says, me too. I'm so done with her. Destiny, you crazy. Um, but I really think it's just something worth exploring, man. We got so much to learn. Life is just too short. Yes, you want to be at peace. So find your peace. Find your peace. And everybody has a reason as to why they don't want to deal with people. I understand that too. I have my reasons too. I really do. Um, but I just have this within myself, this heart that I know it hurts me more to not be at peace with people. Like, and what I mean by being at peace is yes, if I gotta say greetings and peace be unto you and hug you, I'm fine with that too. But I gotta make sure I'm at peace. And that's just me, and it doesn't matter how people feel, about that. Esther's over there crying. Like exactly, Wanda. Pray for her. She said, gotta be comfortable with greetings and peace be ain't no more hanging out. Help me, Lord. I had to fix it. I'm irked that I can't edit my mistakes. It's okay. Uh Sister Nikki said, girl, I laughed out loud. Exactly. I literally laughed out loud. I did my ugly laugh for that one. Esther said she did her ugly laugh. But everybody has their reasons for doing what they do and never feel bad for that either. We all have a certain level of what we can take. And if what you can take is a certain level, then so be it. You know. I just want to say to you all that y'all are amazing. I appreciate all of the feedback. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the watching and the listening. I just want to say, like, everybody has their own life to live. We have our own reasons for doing what it is that we would like to do, but never ever waste time on things that you can't do much with. Find yourself to, let me say, I delete the comments to fix them, but it still lets you post I'm so confused. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can delete that. Hold on. No, it says block user. No, I can't do that. But I just be you, be yourself. I can't remember what I was saying before then, but just be yourself, and it's gonna work out. It always will work out. Never feel bad for having your boundaries or having your certain levels of tolerance. You deserve the best. You deserve the best people to be around you. You deserve the best people to invest in. You deserve the best people. You deserve to be the best that you can possibly be. Just, understand that the company that you keep doesn't always define you. Because I'm pretty sure if some people was around the people that I was with, they're like, girl, your people you around is crazy. But honey, we have a good time. Okay. But, just know that as we get older, we change, we blossom, we shed dead skin, we cut off the dead leaves like the fall does, all those good things. Never be afraid to be yourself, you guys, and never be afraid to embrace who you are in front of the people that do not want you to be who you are, in front of the people don't love you. Because me, I get a kick out of just smiling and being Bev and hugging folks, and people just be like, me. I'm like, I don't care. Feel however you want to feel. I've been told, um, people have told me that they have seen people look at me in a certain way whenever I'm like embracing people, and I'm just like, I don't care. I really don't care because the woman that I am today, they didn't contribute to it, but they are contributing to the woman I will be tomorrow just by being a hater. You're my motivator, so I really don't even care. Let me see. Yes, this was amazing. And I know I've grown when I can pray for them that hurt me. That's a major achievement in this walk. Praying for all more to come. God got us. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, say it with me. I deserve it. I am worthy. I am unique and so valuable. Amen. Yep, we are. So be the best. Surround yourself by the best. That doesn't mean like, oh, these are the best people in the world, but it means that these are the best people for my world that I will benefit from and they will benefit from me. Some people say, it's not about what people can give you, but sometimes it is because you don't want people giving you mess. You want people to give you the best that you can give, the support, the love, the encouragement, and the setting you straight too. The like, you shouldn't have done that. That was wrong. You need people that give you both worlds, the positive and the fact that you were wrong for what you did. So you guys be blessed. Let me see. Is it weird to be an extrovert among introverts, then move right back to being an introvert when no energy left? With no energy left? Let me see. Is it weird to be an extrovert among introverts, then move right back to being an introvert with no energy left? I don't know if I can relate to that because I'm a extrovert all the way around. You might be an ambivert. I think you might be an ambivert, sis. Is it weird to be an extrovert among introverts? Because an ambivert can appear to be an extrovert, but they're really still they have those introvert moments when they still go back and hide and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is too much for me." I know some ambiverts, and one of my sisters is an ambivert, and she will be out and about talking to everybody, laughing, having a good time. But as soon as she come home, she in her room recuperating. Whereas me, I'm still like, "Where's everybody?" So, absolutely. Any more questions before we sign off? I thank y'all. I got 9 people hanging in with me. Y'all are so sweet. This is amen. I just hear that in Brother Bowser's voice every time I read that. I don't know. Anybody have an answer for Sister Shalom? Is it weird to be an extrovert among introverts, then move right back to being an introvert with no energy left? Um, yeah, I think that's ambivert. I think Esther may be able to respond to that one. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. I can tell y'all miss me, boy. Y'all all in this one today. I am too. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like this one. Well, to all of y'all, Wanda says no, it's not. It's not weird. Destin says publicly, repenting for the comment. I shouldn't have posted it. Please forgive and pray for me, y'all. Oh, you're forgiven, my sister. You are forgiven. Hello to anybody new coming in. Wanda said, don't you take a break again." I would do my best. I do have um another thing coming up. It's something that I really didn't like at one point, wasn't sure that I wanted to talk about, but I may end up talking about it because someone came to me with a topic that they wanted to speak on, and they told me about this documentary. So I'm going to look up the documentary and then we will discuss it. Um, and then I may, see who all wants to read about the documentary. I may post it. So I got a couple things lined up: introvert versus extrovert, and I got another guest that I want to come on as well. I appreciate you all so much today. Um, I know I put my window down, but that weed eater still loud. I'm going to take your answers. Is Wanda said, "Let me stop. Take all the breaks you need." I will take them at the appointed time. But yes, I do miss y'all when I'm not here. And if y'all ever want me to do a certain topic, please feel free to write me personally. Do a watch party. What's a watch party? Is that when you like all watch the same thing at the same time and then y'all talk about it? That's a good idea, Des. I think that's what you talking about. Sister Shalom, I'm going to go back to what you said. I'm going to take your answer, sis. Okay. Well, it's not weird at all, period. You're just being you. But you do got to replenish that energy, though. Des, let me know what a watch party is. I think I just got it right, but I don't know if that was accurate information. A watch party. Yes, exactly. Okay. That's what Esther said. Exactly. It is a watch party. So you send the link for the movie and watch it together. Then we can discuss it on the show. So do I need to send it before the show, or what I was gonna do is I was going to, like, how sometimes I pre-plan my broadcast. So what I was gonna do is post the link on the broadcast and say, hey, you guys, to all that's gonna watch the show this weekend, please watch this so we can discuss it by Saturday. What about that? Does that sound, instead of watching it together? Because I don't know if everybody's gonna be like, you know, I could share my screen and we could watch it together. I don't know if everybody would be willing to do a watch party, but I could. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, well, I would definitely keep that in mind. I would definitely keep that in mind because I haven't watched it yet myself, so I'll be watching it with y'all. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, what platform is it on? That sounds good. It's on Tubi, so I would have to be live here, and I probably would share it. I would be live here, but it'll be live on Facebook and YouTube, and I can basically share it at the same. You don't have to share to screen share. I'll explain later. Oh, okay. I'm a little slow. That would work too. Based on everyone's schedule, it would be more flexible that way to send the link ahead of time. Yeah, so everybody could watch it and be prepared for the show. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, y'all gotta give me good ideas. This is so awesome. And I'm gonna let the person know that what I'm planning to do so that they could see everyone's gonna be involved as well. So I don't know if y'all gonna be excited about this, but I will state the topic is gonna be about racism, and it's a documentary that I want everybody to watch. I will let y'all know if I change my mind. How many of y'all would be interested in watching a documentary about racism? Because the individual that wants to talk about it wants to talk about the difference between the past and the present day of racism. I know it's a touchy subject. I know it can really get everybody in their feelings and things like that. Um, and I know me personally, I get nervous about topics like that because I know my stance on it. But if you will be interested, let me know now, so I can know what to expect. Because I know some people are like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about racism," but racism is real. And if it be the Lord's will, we will have kids, or kids are already born that have to endure this racism and things like that. Esther says, me, nothing I like better than social justice. Okay, nice. All right, all right, all right. Okay, well, I will put it out there and we will go from there. And that'll be something new that I have never talked about. And I'm hoping that it will reach and, interested. Okay. Let's talk about that in my Jamaican accent. Me, okay, okay. All right, that makes me feel great, you guys. I'm really happy about today. I really missed y'all, so that's why feel like I can't really end today. But I'm gonna end today because I do got some things to do. So gonna celebrate my mommy's birthday, God willing, today because she will be celebrating her actual birthday tomorrow, God willing. So happy birthday to my mommy. Another year in this life, and I thank God that she has been around for this many years. So I thank God for that. But I'm gonna end because I'm gonna be late if I don't. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you till we meet again. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you till we meet again. Thank y'all for saying happy birthday to my mommy. Bye. Have a good weekend, you guys. God willing, I will see y'all Saturday, if not sooner than that, in church or social media. Bye.